How's it going today, guys? My name is Alden Morris, and today I'm back with another product from Beez Combat Systems to kind of give you more information about the product features and benefits. This specific video is more or less a request. If you remember, a couple weeks ago I did a video on the Beez Combat Systems APTUM SAPI shooter plate carrier, which you can see right underneath this ARMIS. Now, it was a good idea once I got the request to do a review on the ARMIS plate carrier by Beez Combat Systems, as it is a fairly popular plate carrier. It is designed by a company, by Steel Ops. I take that back, not designed, they sent Beez Combat Systems their plates, and the Beez Combat Systems ARMIS carrier was designed around Steel Ops' plate. So if you look here, you can see I actually have it right over the APTUM SAPI shooter. So, and I will bring this closer for you, but what I would like to point out to you guys is that the ARMIS carrier is significantly smaller. So I'm going to do my best on this T-post here to show you this difference here, but you can see that there's a bit of width difference on each side, as well as even thickness difference. So the plate design that goes in this plate pocket is going to be a lot thinner than the plate design that goes in the pockets of most APTUMs. So moving back over here. Now, I could be saying this wrong. I've never actually heard the name said. I've only ever read it. But Costa, Ludus, Ludo. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm probably saying it wrong. And my apologies if you're watching this and I have said it wrong. But he is one of the influencers that has worked with Steel Ops for their body armor, and seeing that kind of relationship, that helped Beez Combat Systems kind of get in touch with them, or vice versa, whoever made first contact, and get this kind of plate carrier design. Now, if you're not a fan of steel armor, that's completely fine. Obviously you have a budget that's much higher than most other consumers. However, steel armor is always going to lean towards the more consumer-friendly, budget-friendly type customers who are first buying or introducing themselves into tactical gear. So, Beez Combat Systems has a history with working with all type of armor manufacturers, including steel manufacturers, not limited to Steel Ops, Infidel Body Armor, AR500, KD Armor, and even Spartan Armor. So there's several companies that Beez Combat Systems has had a history with working with, but again, most plate carriers by Beez Combat Systems are not going to be just geared towards fitting steel plates. There's SAPI plates, there's all sorts of plate carrier designs that take all types of plates that Beez Combat Systems designed. So mind you, Beez Combat Systems is literally just a tactical gear manufacturer, and Steel Ops reached out and got a ARMIS plate carrier made around their plate. And Costa, Ludus. Again, I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. Correct me in the comments if I am wrong. He was one of the bigger benefactors that helped promote that plate. So I am going to show that plate now to you. Excuse me for walking off camera here. I'm going to have a bunch of gear that's going to be skewed around to show you. But you can see the Steel Ops plate. There is a front and back plate, and I will slide one in here for you. You can see it just simply slides the bottom load design and takes this specific style plate. Or at least was designed to take this specific style plate. Now I have the other plate here, but I'm not going to put it in just to save time on camera. I have a tendency to talk for a long time. But you can see that that plate fits in there fairly comfortably. And it is secured, as you can see. That bottom load design does secure it in place. So let me put this back over here, take that plate out. Now the ARMIS plate carrier does take several APTUM accessories. So if you're familiar, with Beez Combat Systems, then you know that one of the most popular plate carrier designs as of recently is going to be the APTUM line. Now on the APTUM line for accessories that actually comfortably fits and secures to the ARMIS plate carrier, I am just going to get this out of the way for the eye. Gotta put this one back on. Now, PC pads and shoulder pads for the APTUM line fit very perfectly, if not absolutely perfectly, to this ARMIS plate carrier. These are the PC pads. Now they are designed with like the same of the APTUM. Even though these are under the APTUM line, it's the same concept. You have adjustable and or removable PC pads that help create airflow and help reduce moisture, things like that, and create additional comfort while you're running specifically steel armor. The next one I want to show you is going to be the APTUM style shoulder pads. As you can see, there's laser cut attachment technology on the front. So therefore, once you attach these shoulder pads to the actual ARMIS plate carrier, then you have the ability to have load bearing on the shoulder pads themselves. If you want to run a TQ2 pouch or a radio pouch, it's really up to you. Now, the good thing about this ARMIS style plate carrier is it's a minimalist style plate carrier. So therefore, the shoulder straps are integral. So inside the back plate pocket, you can actually adjust the shoulder strap length if you want it higher, like a Rhodesian style kit, if you want it lower. As long as you're covering those vitals, really the shoulder length strap is going to be down to your own personal comfort. What else is actually intended or in front of this is there's no front flap on this plate carrier, so it's therefore designed as a low profile. However, there is a back flap on the back of the carrier that helps secure any cummerbund as well as the plate pocket into place. So, as you can see, best on camera, that is the back flap. As it reaches over, the end of the back flap actually secures your rear plate pocket right into place. So with that additional material, you actually get more strength and durability when it comes to securing that back plate into place. Now these Steel Ops plates are, even though they're steel, they're not as heavy as some steel plates that I've worked with before in the past that are 10 by 12 or 11 by 14 or even 8 by 10 for that matter. These are actually fairly thin. And I do have notes here. Let me go ahead and just specifically say these because I did write these down specifically for the video. This plate carrier, the ARMIS Minimalist, is designed for the Steel Ops plates. Those plate measurements come in at 9 inches by 11.75 inches with a 7/16 of an inch thickness. So, and then the ARMIS plate carrier, as you see that there's no front flap for the cummerbund, but there is a rear flap for the cummerbund and the plate pocket as well. So therefore, almost any cummerbund that Beez Combat Systems offers, if not all of them to be honest, actually are compatible with this carrier. On the front of the carrier, you do have the option of your Velcro ID tag, so if you want to run an identifier, a blood type or whatnot. And next to that Velcro ID type, if you can see it, you can see there's little laser cut slits. Now that is designed for the QASM type buckles. If you want to attach the QASM type buckles, they just slide into that laser cut, so therefore your drop down front flap has something to attach to with extra security, just not just limited to the Velcro front. So therefore you can actually put those QASM buckles in, attach a front flap and Velcro it in a secure place. Or if you want to run G-hook. I prefer the G-hook just because when you're running armor and tactical gear for hours on end, ounces end up equaling pounds over time. So therefore having a lighter load that's still strength, durability, things like that is very important. So personally I run G-hooks. And that laser cut here on both portions, there's two options if you want to run higher or lower. It is designed for the QASM buckles or G-hooks. So just letting you know there. Now for the APTUM front flaps, they are going to be slightly wider because as you saw for yourself in the beginning of the video, the width difference and the thickness difference between the APTUM and the ARMIS, there is a significant difference, especially when it comes to load-bearing tactical equipment. So it's really going to be up to the user choice, and that's what's so beautiful about the modularity of the ARMIS and the APTUM design, is it really comes down to what your preferences are. There's no right or wrong way at this point with this type of loadout design to kind of give advice on how to run your equipment. It's really just going to come down to what you're comfortable with and what you like. So on that note, we're going to move on to the cummerbunds. Now with the ARMIS plate carrier, the 3-inch elastic cummerbund comes standard with it. So when you purchase the ARMIS plate carrier, and at the bottom of this video in the comment section or whatever, I will actually have the general features and the product description as well as the material construction all included in this video, as well as a link to the page directly for the ARMIS so you can check it out for yourself. as well as a link to the Beez Combat Systems homepage. But as for the checkout option for the ARMIS, it comes standard with your 3-inch elastic cummerbund. Now the beauty about these is the cummerbund options for Beez Combat Systems are so versatile that you can swap them out from the APTUM to the ARMIS. And now this one is going to be, I just showed you the 3-inch elastic cummerbund. This is going to be the 4-cell elastic. So as you can see, there's 2 sides and each side holds 4 AR magazines. It's got a velcro attachment, so it just secures on the front and then it secures beneath on the back flap. If you don't want to go with an elastic 4-cell, here I have a quick release 3-cell. So same concept, the cummerbund has 3 magazines for AR, or 3 AR slots for AR magazines on each side, with the velcro attachment on the front and the first spear tubes quick release technology, as well as the rear of the cummerbund can be secured into place with the back flap. If you don't want to go with that one, then again you have a velcro option if you're looking for more of a load bearing. If you actually want to be able to put magazines on the side, or not just be limited to magazines, have a TQ pouch or a radio pouch or IFAC, it doesn't matter, it's going to be your choice. This one right here is going to be the velcro attachment with the 5-inch grid. So that grid, the laser cut technology, allows you load bearing attachment. So that way it increases your real estate. Now if you're a big fan of the quick release and you don't care for the velcro like myself, the 5-inch grid also comes with the first spear tubes attachment technology. Just simply secure the front of the cummerbund in place and you are good to go with that quick release. So that's just some of the, that's just right there what I just showed you is literally just 5 of the cummerbund options out of all the cummerbund options with Beez Combat Systems. Don't quote me, they're always evolving, always updating. So there's always quite a few cummerbund options when it comes to any type of plate carrier loadout. But before we end this video, one thing I do want to point out, and everything's all tucked away, so I'm not going to have an example to show you, but if you're familiar with my videos, if you've been watching my channel, or you're familiar with any Beez Combat Systems content, you'll know that one of the more popular loadout styles before the modularity system with all the Velcro between first spear and Spiritus Systems and Ferro Concepts, before that trend started with all the modularity, the popular thing back then was low profile plate carriers and rigs that went over them. So if you had to ditch your rig, at least you still had your armor. And that's kind of how I was spoiled that way when I was brought up in the tactical community, was to run a low profile plate carrier and either throw your PCC chest rig on over it, or your AK chest rig on, or your AR chest rig on, or your 308, doesn't matter. As long as you had that low profile plate carrier with your standard plates, whether they're steel or sappy or soft, doesn't matter, as long as you had that ability to throw things on over. Now with the ARMIS plate carrier, the trend is almost either or. So you do have that modularity option for attaching things, whether QASM buckles or G-hooks, for example, as well as you have the ability to go extremely low profile, with zero visibility, almost gray man security style operations or training. And that's the way I prefer it. Something I can, I'm personally not a big guy, so having something low profile, this slick, this slender, to be able to put on a sweater like this and still look normal in public, I'm not drawing any attention or negative attention that would otherwise have me a target. So this is one thing that I do highly recommend if you're interested in the ARMIS style plate carrier, the ARMIS Minimalist. You do have the option of putting on a rig over or moving forward with the modularity style gear. Now we do offer the APTUM line in a Minimalist as well, but I can honestly say between the APTUM Minimalist and the ARMIS Minimalist is going to come in much smaller than the APTUM itself. So if you're around 5'5" to 5'10", anywhere between 120 to 170 pounds, check out the ARMIS plate carrier. I think, especially with that high-rise Rhodesian style fit, it's going to suit you much better. I'm not saying that the APTUM is bad. I personally do run the APTUM as well. And like I said, I'm not a big guy, so the APTUM comfortably fits on me, but I still feel more comfort with this. Again, it's going to come down to each his own. So check out Beez Combat Systems at beezcombatsystems.com. Hit subscribe, or follow on this channel, please comment and like this video. I really do try to reach out, and if you guys request a video, I send it up the ladder with Beez Combat Systems, and for anything that you guys want to see, reach out and I'll try my best to get my hands on it within a structured time frame, and get that review out to you guys. So like I said, I'm going to leave all the links below this video for you, and check out beezcombatsystems.com. Do me a favor, and if you have time, follow them on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. You'll see a lot more cool content, video specific, as well as content for pictures. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe.